essentially what you are saying is that the Ganga river has a historical reputation of self-purifying itself. You are saying it's because of these bacteriophages, and you are also saying that under no circumstances can the Ganga be polluted. Essentially, it is a river that keeps cleaning itself despite the fact that 60 crore people have come and had a dip here. Right now, there is a CPCB report that is in front of us as well. But I'll let Vimlendu Jha come in and ask you questions, counter questions if he does. But Vimlendu, your first comments on Dr. Sonkar's report. Because there are many who are calling it, you know, a plug from the government.
I'm so glad.
A plug by the government.
Shreya, first of all, in the evening, I'm so glad India has found Dr. Sonkar, because imagine how many thousands of crores of public money will he be saving going forward from now onwards. As in, he only discovered it on 9th of November, as he claims. 40,000 crores have been spent on Namami Gange. I don't know how many thousand crores have been spent on Yamuna, and so on and so forth on all the dozen and more rivers. So I'm so glad that Dr. Sonkar has been found by UP government and through this Maha Kumbh. I thought people get lost in Kumbh, but we have found Dr. Sonkar here. My two points that I have to make here is that, one, first of all, we need to understand that do we actually have the CPCB report doesn't talk about what Dr. Sonkar has found is talking about fecal coliform levels almost 1,600 times worse than the permissible limits. I don't think Dr. Sonkar has actually talked about it. So one is to look at whether we have fecal coliform / excreta in the river. That is point number one. And the other side of it is that Ganga has this divine power, or the water has this divine power, or the scientific one, so to say. The new science that Dr. Sonkar has found can actually treat the coliform level. So one, can we at least establish, can Dr. Sonkar actually confirm that yes, it does have excreta, but Ganga's water actually has a great cleansing capacity. So that's very, very important. And then we have to look at based on Dr. Sonkar's report, I think we should actually recommend central government to shut down all the sewage treatment plants, all the effluent treatment plants, to really shut down all the cleaning projects, Dr. Sonkar, and I know you've got several awards for finding Muti and other things. You're a very, very renowned scientist, and therefore perhaps, and your proximity to people in power should help our country save some resources, because we do not need science, we don't need water treatment plants, we just need more and more of scientists like you who can actually go and keep finding these bacteriophages in our rivers, and our immune system, and so on and so forth. Let the science die and faith prosper.
Dr. Sonkar, can I ask you something that is a question that stems from what Vimlendu is saying? Dr. Sonkar,
I understand what he's saying.
It may be possible that the...
Yes, I understand that what he's saying.
Can I just quickly add a point? No.
Yes, please,
I want to add
please.
a point. I want to add a point.
Yes,
Dr. Sonkar, it may very well, because you're not the first person who's saying it, by the way. There have been French and British scientists who have made the same claims in the past, right, Dr. Sonkar? And this is, many, many years ago, many decades ago. But Dr. Sonkar, is it possible then that maybe, yes, the Ganga has self-purifying qualities, as you're saying, because of these bacteriophages? But given that 60 crore people have taken a dip in the Sangam, given that so many people coming to Prayagraj are generating a lot of human waste, and that waste along with sewage is flowing into the water, is it then possible that the water of the Sangam is as polluted as the Central Pollution Control Board is saying, and is unfit, forget drinking, is unfit even to have a bath in? That there is only an extent to which the river can clean itself, right? But given the magnitude of what the river is facing, there's a good chance that it has given up, that its self-purification methodologies have failed.
Yes. I want to tell you, there is a difference between contamination and pollution. Okay? If anything in the water is added, it is the contamination. Okay? So what happens after contamination? That is very important. First, before I just proceed this, I want to tell the person is talking, I don't know who is he, but he was saying that all the science should shut down.
Vimlendu Jha.
What does he think? That I am not a scientist. I am not talking about the science. I am purely talking about science, number one. And I never said that Ganga is not contaminated. I only said about the report I came across. It is saying that 54,000, and as this gentleman was saying that several folds, 14 folds more proliferated numbers of this coliform bacteria were found. My point is, this cannot multiply in such cold climatic condition, so report is fake. I am not the person who can decide that what Namami Gange and what is the sewage plant. And I want to tell you, I always cry, and I don't have my words to that can influence the authorities, that I want to say that Ganga should be protected. Like, don't add anything in this river. And when it starts from this mountain and all, 100 times its potentiality for the microphage is reduced because of the contaminants and the pollutions.
Okay.
So we have to save the water by stopping anything is coming in this water. Number one, if they want to protect Ganga, it is always very good. It is very scientific. Even you treat the water, sewage water, and put in the Ganga, it is also bad for Ganga because you are adding the different water. It is having chlorine and that bleaching agents. That is not good for Ganga. So whatever
Dr.
I'm talking
Sonkar,
about,
you are saying that the river is polluted.
Sorry, say again.
Okay, Dr. Sonkar, so you are saying the river is contaminated? I'm saying,
Yes.
Dr. Sonkar, then you are saying that the river is contaminated, but you're also saying that the CPCB report is fake.
Yes, Ganga
How?
is. Yes, I'm telling you. Let me qualify. Give me a few minutes. I should qualify what I'm saying. Ganga is very well polluted. Ganga is very well contaminated. If you make the Ganga very pure, no crystal clear, and put the thousands and millions and billions of people for taking dip, it will be like a gutter water, because every man is a contaminant. It is having lots of bacteria, pathogens in our skin.
Correct.
That will be contaminated in the water. So my point is very different. I am not saying that it is not contaminated. My saying is particularly about the report.
Okay.
Report says it is several fold density of this particular bacteria was found, which is not possible because in 10 degrees Celsius temperature, this bacteria cannot multiply itself.
Okay.
It cannot multiply itself. And it is the evidence that billions of people has taken dip and nobody has said that any acute symptoms of the health issues were there with them. And I want to tell you, I am not the person who will decide that how Ganga should be clean. I am not the authority. I am a very small researcher. When I saw, I was surprised that why such a esteemed research organization and pollution control board is giving a fake report. If they are saying, number one, if they are saying that multiplication is there is a very high density of bacteria there, it means water should be very acidic. Because bacteria produce, this particular bacteria itself produce lots of lactic acid and organic acid that makes the water,
but your report,
acidic.
You have, okay, Dr. Sonkar, let others come in.